You're listening to the Just Japan podcast. Everything you want to know about Japan.
Well, hey guys, and welcome to another episode of the Just Japan podcast. The podcast that's all about Japan. My name is Kevin O'Shea. I am the host of the Just Japan podcast. I'm a Canadian who is currently based out of Beijing, China. I lived in Japan for almost 10 years. My wife's Japanese. My kids are Japanese. This podcast is all about Japanese stuff. But right now I'm coming to you from Canada, Eastern Canada, Ontario, Canada to be specific. And I'm on summer holiday. And you've been wondering, hey, where the heck has the Just Japan podcast been? Haven't heard it in weeks and weeks. And that's right. I'm on summer hiatus, summer break, summer vacation. And for once in my adult life, I'm actually really taking the word vacation seriously. For all the years that I worked in Japan, I worked as an international school teacher. Now, most international school teachers around the world have summer holidays just like a teacher in America would, just like a teacher in Canada would. But some smaller international schools, well, pretty much all international schools will put on summer camps. Now, a summer camp it's a way for an institution to make more money, you know, a private business. They bring in kids, outside kids who are not maybe regular students. They do activities for a few weeks, you know, in English. The school makes money. Parents throw money at them. And often most schools will hire special summer school staff, not the regular teaching staff, not the regular faculty. They're on holiday. And they'll bring in outside people. But where I was for many years, the school, you know, basically didn't want to spend that money. They wanted to make money. So what they did is they made the teachers, the regular faculty, we would teach summer school. So basically, I had a very short holiday. I'd get about 9 days summer vacation each summer. So basically, I didn't have a summer vacation. And if you guys know me, I've been for many, many, many years constantly churning out content, whether it's on YouTube, on, you know, Instagram, whether it's a podcast or blog forum. I'm always churning out content, always working. It takes a lot of work to put out a podcast episode, especially when I'm interviewing someone. If it's someone I've never had on the podcast before, you know, there's a lot of preparation for the interview, a lot of research into the topic, into that person, preparing them, coordinating interview times, and then you got to get them on and stuff like that. So what I decided to do, I'm currently in Canada. It's my first time in Canada in 5 years. It's also my first time in Canada during the summer in 11 years. And this trip is my daughter's first time in Canada ever. So it's been a special time. We spent 2 weeks in Japan on holiday there. And then we've come to Canada where we've been for 3 weeks already, and we're going to be here for 2 more weeks before we head back to Beijing and get prepared to start a new school year. So I've definitely taken the term vacation very seriously. I've been spending my time visiting family, just connecting with nature myself, taking lots of pictures of bugs and birds and different things like that. and there's my daughter. I don't know where Grandma is. And so I'm standing on the back deck of my mother and father's house right now, getting covered in spider webs and having rain fall on me. And my daughter just woke up. It's early morning. We're having rain right now for the first time since I've been here. Apparently it's the first time in more than a month they have rain. They've actually had drought conditions in Eastern Canada. But I've been here just enjoying myself, really enjoying myself. My parents have a fantastic, huge backyard with wonderful gardens, pollinator-friendly gardens, lots of vegetables and fruit growing. I've been getting up every morning and watering my father's immense gardens and just spending time with my family and watching my kids enjoy life for the first time, playing in a giant backyard. They've never had that. They've always lived in apartments their entire life. So they just love having a giant backyard with a big patio deck and barbecue and toys and flowers and plants and hummingbirds and hummingbird hawk moths and cool things everywhere. So that's why I have not been producing any Just Japan podcasts. I will be back into the mix once I get back to Beijing. settle in there, and I'm kind of in a relatively close time zone to Japan guests. The Just Japan podcast will be coming out. There's already a few people who have asked me to come on the Just Japan podcast. I've already had a few different authors who've asked to be guests, which is great. So we're going to make arrangements for that very soon. Get them on the podcast in August when I arrive back there and get regular episodes out to you guys. Now, just a few things I wanted to let you know. I did write a blog post about this on justjapanstuff.com. But if anyone follows me on Twitter at jlandkev, I got locked out of my Twitter account. So Twitter locked me out of the account. I can't get back in. I no longer have access to my Twitter, my main Twitter that I've used for years for the podcast, that had over 6,000 followers on. So and that's done. Like I've been trying for weeks and weeks and weeks, contacting Twitter, and there's just it's just like yelling into a empty room. So that's done. So if you want to follow me on Twitter, what you need to do is go to Twitter and go to @MadForMaple. Now, MadForMaple was my professional teaching Twitter account, part of my digital portfolio as a teacher, where I just show a lot of stuff that all things teaching. But I've now opened that up to be it's all things me. So it's all the Japan content is there, science content, nature content, teaching content, again, Japan content, it's all there. So on Twitter, go follow me @MadForMaple. Please do that. Also, I've started a new Instagram account that's very Japan specific. It's called Japan Night Scenes. So if you're an Instagrammer, you're into Instagram, you like following Instagram stuff, you want to see some really beautiful, awesome night shots of Japan, go to Japan Night Scenes @Japan Night Scenes on Instagram. That's my feed. As of the time I'm recording this, I have about 155 followers, more than 20 photos up there, and I've got thousands of photos to share. So every day I'll be putting out 1 or 2 photos, awesome photos, beautiful photos of Japan at night. So I think you'll really like it. Lots of backstreet photos, backstreet exploring at night. A lot of restaurants, because Japanese restaurants just look so fantastic at night when all their lights on. The izakayas and different things. So go check that out again on Instagram @Japan Night Scenes, and my new Twitter is MadForMaple. It's not a new Twitter, but it's what I'm using now. So get over there, join up. There'll be some more activity at justjapanstuff.com coming up. Just follow me all over the place, guys. And of course, the Facebook page. You need to follow me on multiple platforms if you really want to know what's going on, because as I saw, like with my @JlandKev Twitter getting turned off, if that's the only way, if you've only followed me on one social media feed, if something happens to that social media feed, which can happen, you won't know what the heck's going on. So try to follow me on multiple platforms if you're using them. All right, guys. Well, that's it. I'm going to go back inside. I'm standing out in the rain with a little microphone, talking. It's early in the morning. I got to get back inside and have some breakfast here in Canada. I'm really enjoying myself. And once I get back to Beijing, I'll be back into the fray, back into the routine, and won't have quite as much nature around to explore and enjoy. So I'll have more time, and I'll be making the podcast again. We'll be getting them out there, because I know you guys love listening to great Japan content, and I love producing it for you. All right, guys. Well, again, my name's Kevin. I'm the host of the Just Japan podcast. We're getting close to 200 episodes, everybody. I'm excited. It's going to be awesome. All right, guys. So wherever you are in the world, I hope you're happy. Hope you're healthy. I'll be talking to you real soon.